Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me today for this quick 10-minute morning yoga stretch. We're going to just loosen up our bodies, set our intention for the day so that we can have a positive day ahead of us and just work through some of those kinks that we might have from a long night's sleep. So we're going to start off lying down on our backs and extending our arms overhead so that we can give ourselves a nice full body stretch here. So we're thinking about reaching the other side of the room with our hands and reaching our feet towards the other end of the room. So just giving ourselves a nice full body stretch here. Taking in some deep breaths. And just you're allowing your body to sink into the mat with each exhale. Bringing your right knee into your chest and just holding it close to you. While your opposite leg is just extending forward. You can point your toes out if you'd like. You can sway that knee back and forth just to get some more extra movement in the hip joint. Taking that right knee now and just crossing it over. And you can keep your hand on your knee to bring it closer towards the floor, or you can leave that arm extended, completely up to you. You want to make sure that your right shoulder remains on the mat. Your right arm is just extended out on the side of you. Checking in that your hips are in line with one another, that they're just on top of one another. And just giving yourself a nice gentle twist here, a nice gentle stretch. And coming back to center, extending your leg long, extending your arms overhead one more time. Give yourself a nice full body stretch. And release, bringing your left knee into your chest. Swaying it back and forth if you'd like. And trying to bring that knee closer to your chest. Just giving yourself a nice stretch here in the back of the thigh. And taking that left knee, crossing it over. Again, just making sure that your shoulder remains on the mat. Just breathe through the stretch, creating more space with each breath. Coming back to center. One more nice full body stretch here. And see if you've created more space from when you first started. Bringing both knees into your chest now and grabbing the outside of your feet and starting to pull your knees towards your shoulders and using your elbows to kind of open up the knees a little bit here. And just taking a nice happy baby pose. Then you can sway back and forth if you like. Really opening up our inner thighs here. Really stretching our hips. An alternative is to grab your big toes with your pinky finger and thumb. Whatever's more comfortable. Bringing your knees together, bringing them into your chest, and seeing if you can rock yourself up in one swift movement, using some momentum here, and coming to a seated position, and then transitioning into your tabletop. So making sure that your hands are nice and wide, pressing into the mat, ensuring that your knee is in line with your hip, so it's just one line. We're going to take some cat-cow stretches here, so pushing your hands into the mat, rounding that spine as you inhale, letting your head hang loose. Exhale, lifting up your tailbone, lifting up your heart. Inhale, rounding that spine. Lifting your tailbone up. Exhale, rounding that spine, letting your head hang loose. Bringing your navel towards the spine. Inhale, lifting your chest up, your gaze is forward. And coming back to neutral. Extending your right leg behind you. You can keep your toes on the mat. And you can really just flex the foot here. So just pushing into your toes. So giving your the back of your calf a nice stretch here. So just thinking about pushing into your heels and just stretching out that back leg. Bringing your body slightly back so your arms are extended slightly forward in front of you. Bringing that knee back to neutral and just giving yourself some nice hip circles here. Getting some movement. You might feel a little crack in your bones here. Just waking up for the day. And coming back to center. Extending your left leg behind you. Really pressing the toes into the mat. Lengthening that back leg. Really stretching and pushing into that heel. Coming back to center and hip circles on the other side. I can hear some of the cracks happening here and the crinkles in my joints. That's okay, we're just waking them up. And back to center. Bringing ourselves to a seated position. Extending one leg long and keeping one knee or your ankle inside and keeping one leg extended. We're going to do a nice side stretch here, so bringing your right hand on the mat, extending your left hand overhead. And just giving yourself a nice stretch here. Dropping that left hand down and thinking about lifting yourself up. So just lifting up those hips, extending that right hand overhead for a nice stretch here. And coming back to center. Bringing your body facing that extended leg and dropping your chest onto your thigh. And you might not be able to go as far down as you normally would. In the morning we're kind of tight, so don't push it. Don't try to extend it any more than you can. Just a nice waking up of the muscles here. You can keep that knee slightly bent if you like. And you might find with more movement and more space that you create, you might be able to extend the stretch a little bit further, but don't push it. Coming back to center, switching sides, bringing in that left ankle, extending out that right leg. Bringing our right hand overhead now and giving yourself a nice stretch. Maybe thinking about your intention for today and what intention you'd like to set for your day. And keeping that at the top of mind. Bringing your right hand behind you and lifting those hips up, extending that left hand overhead. And just breathe into this stretch. Lifting with your heart. And coming back down to center. Facing that right leg extended forward and start to lower yourself down. Letting your head hang down loose, not overextending, just enjoying this nice stretch. Lifting yourself back up and crossing your legs. We're going to start to just stretch out our hip area a little bit. So we're going to start to walk our hands forward and just go as low as you can. Just breathing in through your ribs here, through the back. Bringing your breath into the area that you want to bring that space into. Opening up the shoulder blades, opening up the back. Opening up those hips. I know my hips are really tight in the morning. Walking your hands back to center, remaining in a seated position, and closing your eyes, just taking a minute to focus in on a word, something that you want to focus your energy on today. What do you need to bring into your day today? Just one word. Bringing your attention to your breath and just allowing it to come back to its normal rhythm. And opening your eyes and getting ready to start with your day. If you need a few extra minutes just to focus on your breath, or maybe focusing on your intention, you can take that time for yourself. And if not, I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.